Rightio. Welcome back to another episode of Gizmo's Garage. It's me, Gizmo. I've got some bad news. The Astra's off the road. How unfortunate. I have a sneaking suspicion of what it is. I have a feeling it's my crank sensor. I've done a bit of research. A lot of symptoms have been like runs poor, a bit loss of power, bad idle, and then they die. Well, lo and behold, my car's had those exact symptoms. I was down Woolies on Thursday Arvey, got me shopping, chucked it in the car, cranked. She just started real rough and then shut down, and now nothing. Oh, gotta drain my battery now. So yeah, we've got nothing. So what we're gonna do is fit this bad boy, the crank sensor. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna fit this as well, cam sensor, because I'm gonna replace that while I'm at it if I can. But I've done a little bit of research. It seems to be a common issue with the symptoms. That it's the crank sensor. So where it lives is just up the front on most Astras. It lives at the very front, underneath here somewhere, underneath all of this, down the bottom here. But mine being 2.2, mine might be in a different location. So what I'm going to have to do is, once we can go it to work, figure out where everything is, because at the moment I'm having trouble getting underneath the car, so it's fun. But yeah, so yeah, I will see you a little bit later, which will be tomorrow for me, but it'll be like 1 second for you. So I will see you in a moment. Quick note for myself, if I don't remember to mention it tomorrow, so a quick symptom of a crank sensor failing, RPM on the tachometer stays 0, or you get some abnormality of the tachometer trying to calibrate. Just a quick note to myself. If not, you'll probably see this in the video. Right, so we've got the vehicle going to jack it up. Let me just minimize an app. Minimize, please. Thank you. So we're just going to lift her up like this side, because we don't have a center cross member. Oh, we do it at the front. Oh well. I'm just going to handbrake. Just gonna keep lifting, and I'll be back. Oh, by the way, it's at work now, so yep, I'll be back. Right, so we're just gonna pop the bonnet. Where is it? Oh, that's coming apart. Okay, oh well. Yeah, she's on stands. Always work. Never, oh, I'm exhausted. Never work on a car suspended by a jack. Always put them on jack stands and put them in the recommended holding points. Well, that's the jacking points, but yeah. Righto. Ooh. We're gonna do this. Ow, my finger. Alright. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, it's above the starter motor. Really? Come on. Looks like I might have to drop the starter motor. Oh dear. Why? Oh my goodness. Right, starter motor's out. Unfortunately, I've had to take that out. So, what we're going to need to do now is unplug this doodad. It's now out. And we grab it, I think they said it was a 10mm. There's a lot of earth straps going to that. So yeah, that's where the knock sensor is, the oil pressure sensor obviously, and the crank sensor. Rightio, I'll be right back. Rightio, so timing cover's off, or the rocker cover box, the rocker box is off, the top rocker cover is off. Been reading, Z22SEs do not have a physical cam sensor. This is for the belt driven ones. So the cam sensor is actually this here. It's controlled by the ignition. That's why we've got a computer. So I've either got a faulty computer, faulty core pack, or faulty plugs. So what I'm going to have to do is read more into it and see what the spark gap's meant to be. I may have to gap my spark plugs a bit because I just chucked them straight in. So yeah. At least we get to look at the pretty chain. Brand new chain. Or brand new-ish. But yeah, Z22SEs are chain driven. 2 chains. Should be one further down for harmonic balancing. Focus. There we go, there's another one further down for harmonic balancing and water pump. Yeah, a water pump. Right there. And it can be changed without taking the engine apart, which is interesting. I just don't remember how it's done. But yes, it uses the cam. The cam sensor is actually the fucking ignition system. Okay. I'll be back in a little while. Rightio. So, I have a strong feeling it's the gap of this, and I'm just going to show you how I'm gapping them. Gapping is basically you're adjusting the distance between the anode and cathode. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Yeah. That looks like a huge gap. That is, yeah, that's huge. Gapping them down to... Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, you bugger. Come on. Oh, you bugger. Come on. Something more appropriate like that. A bit more appropriate. If I can lock the focus. Lock. Thank you. Locked. So I can... So yeah, that's the current gap that I was running. That looks huge. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and get it down so I'm a bit more respectable. They're not all even, unfortunately. So yeah, it's basically how I'm gapping them. Adjusting the gap. Undo that now. Let's see if this will sit and stay. Basically all I'm doing, grab your pliers, grab your spark plug, and just every now and again, just give it a couple good taps. Bit far with that one, but what I'm going to do is get my little Toledo tool, and if I can get that in there, then that's fine. That in there, that's fine. That in there, that's alright. That's the gap I'm using. Because there's a tri-point, it's, you know, less chance of a misfire. But I just want to be sure. Oh, just be careful with the fucking center. That one's a bit, how you going? So we'll bring him back. This one might burn a little hotter. Right, let's grab the fourth one. That's a huge gap. Ugh. Shaking like no tomorrow, I can tell you that. Alright, now I'm going to check my gap. Now, you're supposed to use actual spark plug gap tools, but I don't have any. I did have one at one stage, I've lost it. Right, now we'll chuck them back in. And hopefully this fixes my problem. Yeah, one's gapped a bit close. Oh dear. find something I can use. Put the cover back on. No one's back yet. But yeah, so that's all controlled by that computer. So I've got a spare computer at home. Maybe I have to chuck that computer, or chuck a computer in there. This is why you keep spare parts. Yeah. Oh dear. Rightio, I'll be back in just a moment. Okie doke. Great effort, that's gone back on. But I'm hoping I didn't get anything. Oh, it's not on fully yet. Oh, what's stopping it? Okay. Now it's on. Yeah, it's on. Do all these up by hand first. That one came out of its bloody thing, so I have to do that like this. Oh yeah. You motherfucker. Fuck! It stripped right at the end. Why the hell? Right. Why? Why do that? Fuck! I'm gonna have a rattle in the engine now. Bloody annoying. Far out. Shit, in there. Far out. Radio. It's back together. We'll see if I've made a difference. Oh, I got some goop on my pliers. I'll put this clip back in. I might be taking it back out in just a moment. Oh, here we go. Here's nothing. Cool. We're gonna need this bad boy. Came out of the thing. It's not compatible with this phone. Ah! Crap on this. Radio should switched over. The hell happened? For goodness sake! This bag's about to fall apart. Where else can I put this bloody thing? Oh, no check engine light either, which is really annoying me. I don't understand what's going on. I just don't understand. The butterfly's working, I can hear that moving. Yeah, the butterfly's working. There's a digital butterfly too. Now, when you try and give it berries, it just dies. Check engine light just flicks for a moment and then A bit of a post note later. So this is about a week later, and as you can see, there's still a bit of a mess. So after a little bit of sort of giving up, I put a bit more. See what I mean? There's a really bad mess, but yeah, you put some fuel in, and it kind of fixed it up a little bit. But I had to disconnect the evap purge valve because for some reason the purge valve was playing up. It would sort of fix it, but as you can see, there's still a slight miss. So at this stage, still trying to figure out what's going on. The little pitter-patters are rain. I forgot to mention this is rain. Just recording this in the car in the rain with the radio off. Hey, so it's been a little bit of time since the last segment. I'm gonna sneeze right as I start. What? Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna have an itchy nose for quite some time now. My hay fever's going nuts. It's spring here right now, which is really irritating. So, yeah, it's been a bit of time since the last segment. Probably about a couple months since the last bit. So, what it turned out, spark plugs. the spark plugs were broken. I don't have the original spark plugs that were broken. I left them with the mechanic. I gave up and just took the car to a mechanic because I gave up. I gave up. So what happened was I must have dropped them at some point, or they overheated. But one of them was badly cracked. It was that bad. You could see the scorch marks of where the arcing was, where it was tracking. It was coming out of the ceramic and going down to the ground on the spark plug. So it's arcing down. That's why it was random misfire, because it wouldn't always spark, but when it built up enough charge to breach through the ceramic, it would then go through to the ground on the spark plug. So that's why I was having a random misfire. He then he took that one out, put a new one in. It still happened. There was another one, but it wasn't visible. There wasn't a visible crack with tracking. That's where the really randomness was coming from, because it wasn't a big enough crack to do constant arcing. Like, you couldn't see the tracking or anything. So it wasn't consistent. Well, at least I got a new crank angle sensor and a new ignition control module. $500 later for another ignition control module. The old one's just here. So if that one dies, I can just throw it in. I still got it. Little core pack cassette. So I've got the core packs. There's 2 core packs. Ignition control module. I've got the plugs in here somewhere. Oh no, I've put them away. They're in one of the shelves there. They're somewhere there. Oh no, they're underneath in the box. They're right here. They're right here. So yeah, I've got me plug leads. So yeah, spark plugs. So if you're having a really random misfire, check the spark plugs. And if you're not sure if they're damaged, get another set or get your old set that is still okay. Swap them out, and if it clears up, spark plugs. Get new ones, because the old ones won't last long. Get new spark plugs. So, yeah. I will be getting the injectors replaced eventually. I don't have tools to do it. So I'm gonna get a mechanic to replace the injectors, because I don't have a $5,000 computer to replace injectors, because you gotta do the serial number of the injectors. Because unless you get the exact same type, you don't have to. But the serial number contains the type of ports on the injector and the spray pattern. So that's why you have to put the serial number in, because otherwise it will over or under fuel. And I plan on getting bigger, I keep going out of frame, sorry. And I plan on getting bigger injectors. That picture came with the place, by the way, so I don't know. I do have a picture I want to put up, but an Unus Annus poster, but I need to get a custom picture frame done. I don't know who in town does custom picture frames. But anyway, TLDR, spark plugs. Check your spark plugs. Yeah. So I've spent over like a couple grand on the car, and when it could have been like 50 to 80 bucks. Depending on the type of spark plugs you get. Anyway, it only costed me like $190. It was like 160 in diagnosis and like 30 bucks for spark plugs. So, yeah. Learning things the hard way. So if I ever drop spark plugs again, I'm going to check them if they're cracked. I'm learning things myself. I may be Cert 2 on automotive, but I don't know anything. I'm still learning. Yeah, I wish I was like Cert 3 or above, like tradie, because that make it a lot easier getting jobs. But we're just the garage mechanics, so we're learning. We learn by others' mistakes. So I'm hoping that yous will learn from this and just check your spark plugs. If it's a random, like a really random misfire, like it's not consistent on one cylinder, because like sometimes we run fine and then you'll have just that 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2 kind of thing. Just check your spark plugs. So yeah. Anyway, I do apologize for the big gap in content. I'm hoping to post something more. My next video, it might be a repost from my old channel. Also, if you want to keep up with community updates, my main channel, the one I've killed off, has community posts now. Thank you, YouTube! So, I don't know if this channel has community posts yet, I haven't checked. But if you want to periodically check for community updates from me, check that channel. But otherwise, I will probably leave in the description if this channel has community posts. Yeah. Otherwise, anyway, I've been rambling on for like 6 minutes or 7 minutes on 8 minutes now. I was watching the timer just here. Anyway, thank you for being patient. I have a feeling this video is going to be extremely long. But this saga has been a roller coaster. So, thank you for being patient. Thank you for watching this entire video, if you have, or if you have skipped to the end. TLDR, spark plugs were fucked. Anyway, thank you for joining me on my journey. I hope to see you in another video. Thank you, and goodbye. I'll see you later. No, I don't have a good outro. I don't know. I'll catch you later. It's been me, Gizmo Garage. Gizmo's Garage. Bye.